Live from Groton, Connecticut. It's Socks and Stripes Forever. Take it away, boys.
I told you that's why I didn't like that table.
Thank you very much. Hopefully that wasn't
See?
mic'd up beforehand.
See?
Yeah, you can see the hands underneath. It's almost like you should zoom in a little closer. You ever see the stories about the guys on like SportsCenter
Yeah.
that was like wearing like no underwear or something?
Yeah,
no
or
pants?
like a judge doesn't wear anything under the robe.
Yeah, well, we're not quite at that stature or anything. But anyways, thank you, Paul. It's nice to see you
Yeah,
again.
you're right. We're
Thank
better
you.
informed.
Yeah, we're, anyways. Nice to see Paul again. Paul's back on the air with
No,
us.
don't you think stir fry is fattening?
No, let's talk about
No,
this for a second.
as a matter of fact, when I lose my most weight is when I just stir fry it.
Okay,
What,
now I
what
got
do
an
you
ally.
use for sauce?
I usually put in like you can get a packet or sometimes you could just get some of them sauces.
Nope. Let me tell you how Megan does it. We use a little bit of olive oil. We use sesame oil, which adds a lot of flavor.
But you can't use a lot of that.
That's for girls.
And use garlic, right?
I like garlic.
Right? And then low sodium soy sauce with veggies du jour.
What's the point?
Did you start that? With
Yes, I did.
veggies du jour. And then we'll add a little bit of grilled sirloin with some shrimp. Bam, out of here. With some udon noodles.
Oh yeah, you know noodles are carbohydrates.
Okay, well,
just waiting to
can't-
stick to your intestines.
Well, you can't just live on, well, so is pizza crust, by the way.
So what?
So you can't just live on vegetables and meat your whole life, but you gotta have add a little energy in there every once in a while. Listen, I know you're in a bad mood,
I'm in a
and
really
you're
bad
upset
mood.
because I'm eating healthy tonight and you're not.
No, that's not. That doesn't have me upset at all. I'm just tired.
Has nothing to do with it.
I could give a crap about that.
Okay, so what are you having for dinner tonight? I think we were doing the show on back.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so
So you go home and Cheryl's got something ready, or you just pick something?
Cheryl doesn't cook at all.
Okay.
yeah, Paul's the.
So you just go in the refrigerator?
Yeah, or just go somewhere.
What if ever, there you go. I like the man's attitude.
Before we get started, I wanted to tell you this. We went to Chili's last week, right?
Okay.
I don't know when the last time you were at Chili's was.
been a while.
Okay, for me too, it had been. They got this new thing now where they put all the calories on every single item in the menu. Little scary, dude. Little scary. Just so you know.
When you go out to eat,
I know.
I don't care what it says for calorie count.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to know that you're not eating healthy, unless you're eating a salad.
If you go out to eat, you're not eating healthy.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's
and
healthy choices. There's
there
healthy
is-
choices.
Actually, he's right because there are the lighter fares. They have like the margarita chicken or something.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
like-
There's only 2,000 calories for the lighter fare.
No, those only have like 300 or 400.
Then what's the point? Why do you go out to eat like that?
I know. That's a good point right there. Right? So you go out to eat just because you want to eat something you want to eat.
Right.
Okay. All right, enough of this idle chit chat. Welcome back to Socks and Stripes Forever.
Did we say what today's date is?
Today is May 15th, so a day after Mother's Day. We want to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody's mothers out there, and I hope you had a nice day. Did you have a nice day?
I was driving back from New Hampshire.
Okay, so I guess you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You had a good weekend though?
I did.
Weather crappy up there as it was here?
Yeah, it rained and
Snow.
What'd you do with your
no
dogs?
snow up there.
Do you put 'em in a
Brought
kennel?
with us.
Oh,
All of them?
So no, just the youngest.
Oh.
Just so they could see him.
Cool.
And he played with a lab that lives next door. That's a year and a half old, and man, they just run each other ragged.
That must be awesome.
He's like at night. He's like,
Isn't that the best?
yeah,
That's the best
just
thing.
ran them ragged.
It must be like what parents feel like when their kids just like exercise all day and they sleep like
Don't
babies.
ever give your kids sugar, man.
Yeah, right.
Don't ever, unless you're a grandparent. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and then give them
That's
back,
it.
right?
Feed them up and drop them off.
Couple of lollipops and
That's
here,
it.
you're on your way. Okay, so
And we're getting, Paul, I forgot to tell you,
What?
we're getting that ductless Mitsubishi
Oh,
air
I
conditioner.
know someone that's got 5 of them in their house.
We got one's going to be in the living room and one in the bedroom.
Wow, that's
we only
good.
need one unit.
That's good.
Thursday.
That's exciting. That's really good.
I wanted to share it with you.
Yeah.
hey, listen, those things are awesome, and
They are.
especially if your house, particularly because you're going to spend the rest of your life in your house, probably, right?
I'm gonna die there.
So you might as well be in comfort.
Right.
And those things, we have one at the plant, and that thing is like, it's like
Where
a
is
mighty,
it in the-
it's like
oh,
a mighty
in-
mouse.
in the,
conference
Plus,
room.
if you
And
do
have
die
one
there,
in the-
at least your body will be a little more preserved.
there you go.
Exactly.
And you have one in the lab too, so you know how they work, right? They have one in the
Oh yeah, in the
walk
micro
area.
In the micro room.
Yeah. Oh, you have one in there too.
Yeah.
See that? There you
That
go.
one doesn't work well. I think it's
Under
it's
spec?
underpowered.
Yep, might be too big of a room.
And that's a tough spot right there with the heat.
Yeah, well, when you guys keep opening the door and closing it all day long. But anyway, so congratulations to you on that. That's good.
Thank you.
You'll be paying for that for the rest of the next 10 years. Not quite,
2 years.
Not quite. All right. Anything else before we get started? You guys want to talk about anything?
Just a little bit of baseball, right?
I'll let you know.
Talk about
Are
some
we doing
politics.
baseball tonight?
Well, James Comey got fired. That's all the rage. You want to talk about that?
No, he deserved it.
Well, not
I
according to.
tried, Paulie. I tried to read that Collins guy in the day paper.
Oh, he's
and
the
he
worst.
oh my God.
He's the worst.
It's
Makes
pretty
me-
hard to read anything in the day paper.
That's true too. Yeah,
Unbelievable. Let's start by
Yeah.
talking about baseball. I'm about to lose it.
it's a liberal rag. Anyways, all right, so let's get to baseball. I guess there's not really much politics. The Commander-in-Chief's going to be in
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard this week, so that'll be that's actually going to be kind of cool, I think. But we should take a spin over there. I told Megan I got tickets, so
When is it?
Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
During the day?
I told her I got tickets,
Yes.
and she said I'm sleeping on the couch. So I guess that's not gonna work out too well. All right, let's talk about some baseball. I don't know. I got nothing to say. What you got?
This is your worst nightmare.
What a
isn't it?
waste.
This is your worst nightmare
just
coming. It's your worst nightmare.
This is just a waste of time, a waste of my efforts being a baseball fan at this point, and all us Red Sox fans are suffering equally. Yankee fans, I mean, this is like the worst case scenario. It really is. It's the Yankees lost 3 out of the last 4. They're still a half a game up in first place. So the Yankees, as we sit here, are 22-13. Red Sox are 19-18, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I know we talked the season's early. It's not Memorial Day yet, but we're almost a quarter of the way through the season, right? 30-something games, and here we sit with for me, nothing really of any excitement to talk about. I mean, this team has been so freaking ho-hum and so vanilla and so blah. They just have no life. I've never seen anything like it. They just have no life and no personality. And this is either one of two things is going to happen. This season's going to either go the way it's going now, or they're going to somehow spark the team and they're going to turn around and they're going to play better because they're a much better baseball team than they're playing. They're all underperforming. The whole team's underperforming except for a couple guys. So, yeah, that's all I got.
I was reading that so Pomerantz might be hurt.
He claims that he's good to go. He's going to make his next start.
David Price is throwing.
David Price is good to go. All right, so that's where we'll start. We'll start with the Red Sox pitching depth, which has become all of a sudden a major issue because between last time we were here and this time, Stephen Wright had knee surgery and he's done for the year. So they call up this Kyle Kendrick guy who was lights out in spring training, which goes to show how different spring training in the regular season is, and he could barely get anybody out in his games up. So he'll probably never be back. So the Red Sox are at the point now where they're purposefully trying to work around a fifth starter. So they're trying to not bring anybody else up because their options are so limited. Their fifth starter pitching depth right now is abysmal. So they have this guy Hector Velasquez that they really like. However, if they bring him up for a spot start, it's a roster move, right? You can't just you got to put him on the 40-man roster, and then you got to get rid of somebody else, and you got to do all this and that. So it would have to be a little bit more of a sustained spot start. It would have to be a couple starts. So that's why I think Kyle Kendrick was coming up because he has options. He can go back down.
And he's already on the 40-man.
Right. And Henry Owens,
he's still around.
Nobody in their right mind wants to see Henry Owens pitch for the Boston Red Sox.
You remember he was
untouchable,
he was the
dude.
next coming.
Untouchable. It just goes to show these prospects you never ever know.
Don't you think that's the job of the general managers is to make their prospects look so good that other teams are fawning over them?
Yeah. Well,
so if you trade them, but you know what you've got.
Honestly, dude, it's like business 101. If you're trying to sell something, you want to make it look as good as possibly can. And you're right. They know what they got. Sometimes that's why you try to overvalue guys to try to get more value than you think they're worth for or whatever. But back to the pitching problems. So the Red Sox top 3 pitchers right now: Chris Sale, Rick Porcello, Eddie Rodriguez. Real quick, I'll just say a little something about each. Chris Sale is no problem. Chris Sale,
as advertised,
just
better.
I told you this last time. I'm going to keep saying this. I don't care if Yoan Moncada becomes, Babe Ruth. This trade was worth it every step of the way. Just tied the record for most straight games with 10 plus strikeouts with 7, which is amazing. I mean, the guy just goes up there and he just throws strikes. I've never seen anything like it. And guys can't hit him. It's like it's not even fair sometimes. But you know, how many times are you going to keep relying on him? Well, all season, you hope. But and then you got Rick Porcello, who's been not Rick Porcello of last year. He's definitely come back to earth. He's not terrible, but he's not great. He's pitching to like about a 4 ERA. Right, so not getting a lot of run support either. And they got Eddie Rodriguez, who's looks like he's gonna break through this year. He's pitching really well, so that's promising. So right there, you got three pretty good to excellent starting pitching. Now you're talking about a team that has 19 wins and has 18 losses. So what the heck is going on? Well, you got Drew Pomerantz, who can't do anything, right? Who is starting to look like. Some of these moves that Dave Dombrowski, you know, it's almost like in Dave We Trust for a while there, and now I'm starting to wonder, like, what's this guy even have any idea what he's doing? I know, especially with Pomerantz. Okay, so they say, I know, and I'm getting long-winded here. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But they say that Drew Pomerantz, they could have got Anderson Espinosa back for him last year. And it wouldn't be nice to have a pitching prospect like Anderson Espinosa. I should check and see how he's doing. I heard he's not doing
don't do
that.
that.
I heard he's not doing that great, though,
Well,
which kind of alleviates the
He's
problem.
only
a bit.
19 now.
Yeah, I know. But they say that the Red Sox were in such a pickle last year that they had to have Drew Pomerantz, whether he was pitching good or not. Or, you know, he was pitching better than he is now. Well, now he's got this arm injury. They're saying that he's saying that he's probably going to make his next start. So, you know, we'll hold on for that, but I mean, big deal, you know, who cares if he makes his next start or not? He's not doing anything to help the team. And now the big one, and I keep saying this, is the David Price thing. The David Price is the wild card at this point. So David Price threw 75 pitches yesterday, said he experienced no discomfort at all, threw everything throwing like 95 plus miles an hour. You know, it's a simulated game. Doesn't count for crap, I get it. Did buy the team a steak and lobster lunch.
You should.
30. You know, I thought to myself, I'm watching that this morning, I'm like, that was really nice of him. That must have been really expensive. And I'm like, that guy makes $30 million a
Yeah,
year.
he didn't even feel it. He just reached into his pocket and paid for it.
That'd be like Bill Gates buying a lunch for, like, you know, the city of Groton.
Yeah, at Pizza Palace.
It wouldn't matter. Yeah, it was like, here, put it on my tab. So I'm a little concerned that they might be rushing him back. But you hear, you know, veteran pitchers.
Or if he's even going to be okay when he comes back.
Right, how effective he's going to be. So veteran pitchers don't need, you know, these extended rehab starts, and he can kind of figure it out as he goes. I'm hoping, because they need him.
We'll find out.
Right, I mean, we talked about this before. This could be a make or break move for the Red Sox. Is, you know, almost like picking up a starting pitcher at the All-Star break or at the trade deadline.
Yeah, but I still think you're going to see the Red Sox make a trade for a pitcher. You know who I think they're going to go after is Quintana.
Nah.
No, I'm telling you. He's not afraid to empty the system, so you're not thinking like him.
Well, you know, the system's pretty empty right now. And so
they got a couple kids.
We'll get to the Yankees because I think the Yankees are probably more apt to pick him up than the Red Sox are. But stick with me here for a second.
Okay.
Sale, Porcello, Eddie Rodriguez, David Price, Drew Pomerantz. I'm pretty good with that. That's a solid to exceptional starting rotation.
No argument, but they have to pitch up to.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah. You got to get good performances.
Pomerantz might be injured.
Okay,
we have no idea about David Price. You have no idea. No matter what they say, you have no idea.
Bingo.
You have no idea about Porcello. Has Porcello slid backwards to being a 3.8, 15 and 12 guy?
Okay, but you know, a rotation,
which is okay.
Right.
But we're
You
not
can
talking
absorb
about
that.
it be okay if you want to be the best team in baseball.
That's right.
You want to go into these. You want to go into New York with Sale, Porcello, and Price, and they're all 18 and 12 or 18 and 10. But that doesn't, and it won't do you any good because the Yankees punched out Sale. Sale held them to a run. The Yankees got a single, a bunt, ground out, fly ball, scored the run, and then got him out of the game in the 8th inning after only giving up one run. Then they attacked on.
Yeah, but
the Yankees won. Why? Because Red Sox couldn't score.
Exactly. That speaks more to the.
Sale can pitch as well as he wants.
Right, and he
You know
has.
what?
Yeah.
If I'm the Yankees and I'm playing against Sale, I'm like, okay, let's find a way to get a run, and we're going to be in this game.
Absolutely. And well, Chris Sale is so he's 4-2. He should be 6-0 easily. He's got his ERA has creeped up a little bit,
Yeah,
but
whip is unbelievable.
Yeah, and his strikeouts are. I mean, he might set a record for strikeouts this year. But yeah, you're right. So starting pitching, besides the depth, it could be an issue depending on what happens with David Price. But the offense is abysmal. I mean, this is like a worst case scenario. I mean, you called it, and losing David Ortiz, maybe that's a bigger blow than we thought. A couple weeks ago, I don't know if we mentioned this or not, but Xander Bogaerts, they asked him what's wrong with this team, and he said, Poppy's not here.
I can't believe he said that.
I can't believe he said
You know,
it.
I mean,
Give him
that's
credit
not much
for-
from the leadership point of view. You just shut up over stuff like that.
Well, he's not a
Think
leader.
Derek Jeter would have ever said that?
Well, you're not talking about the same player.
Right.
And Xander Bogaerts is still young, and he's still, he was being honest. You know, how many times have you answered a question honestly and said, man, maybe I shouldn't have said, maybe I shouldn't have given my honest opinion on something. But is he wrong?
No.
He's not wrong at all, because this team has zero leadership. And I'm telling you, and I don't want to hear about Dustin Pedroia, because Dustin Pedroia just made such an ass of himself over this whole Adam Jones issue. I can't believe it. I mean, he totally threw his teammates under the bus. So, you know who the leader of this Red Sox team is right now?
I'd say Mookie Betts.
No.
Who?
Chris Sale.
Chris Sale.
Chris Sale.
That's not good, because you know, a lot of times they say pitchers
should never be your.
You know, it's have to be an everyday player.
Unless he's a guy like Kurt Schilling, right? Kurt Schilling could be a leader. Pedro,
His
maybe.
teammates hated him. Pedro, yes.
Yeah, but his teammates hated him, but they respected him because he
Right.
went out there and
True,
he
true.
performed, and he put his money where
It
his
should be
mouth
Mookie
was.
Betts. It actually should be Dustin Pedroia.
It should be Dustin Pedroia, but and Mookie Betts, I don't know if some guys just aren't
Right.
those guys. You know
Right.
what I'm
Some
saying?
guys don't have what it takes.
Whether you're the best player on the team or not.
Well, they're just not hitting the ball. I mean, we
That's basically it in a
Yeah,
nutshell, right?
I mean,
no, that's not true. You know why? Because they're what are they? They're still first in on base percentage, so they're getting on base, but they're not driving anybody in. It's the runners in scoring position that is just. I mean, they're on like a record pace here, and they're not striking out. They lead the league in strikeouts, lowest amount
what's
of
their
strikeouts
differential, like 5?
of the runs.
Run differential. I think it's 5. It's right
it's not
in
much.
It's right in the 5
Yeah,
range.
it's not much.
Yankees is like 55.
Yeah, I know. The Red Sox are, the Red Sox are like averaging 5 runs a game, but they're, averaging giving up 5 runs a game. So that speaks to the record, 500. So yeah, there's right down the row. I mean, you got Bogaerts, who's hitting. I read it, the quietest 345 you've ever seen in your life, because almost every single one of his hits is singles this year. He's done nothing but hit singles. He's got no home runs. He's got like 2 RBIs. You got Mookie Betts, who's actually catching fire, who's starting to tear the cover off the ball a little bit. You got Benintendi, who's in a 0 for 20 slump all of a sudden. So he's
just a rookie.
He's learning the ropes. We'll see how he adjusts to it. You got Hanley, who's hurt again. You got Mitch Moreland, who's slumping big time. And you got Jackie Bradley Jr., who, I hate to say it, man, I hate to give you credit about anything in life, but on this one, you nailed it.
Thank you. Hold on.
Yeah,
Just
you
put
should.
your initials right there.
You should, right? Yeah. I'm going to notarize that too. And then, you got just on the bottom of the lineup, you got no punch, you got nothing. I hate to say it, this team, what this team needs besides a bat, a big bat, somebody to protect the team a little bit, is they need a guy like Johnny Gomes. They need a guy to come in here and just shake it up a little bit, like a Johnny Damon, just a vocal leader, somebody who's going to come in here and just, grab these guys by the lapels,
They had a whole
lapels.
team of those guys.
When they won
in 2004.
And it goes to show,
in 2007.
And we always talk about chemistry. Oh, chemistry's great if you're, only if you're winning. But
Right.
it does help too. You can pull you out of these depths here. Now that being said, I will say, it is still technically early.
And you're only 4 games back.
Right. And with all the injuries, because there have been a plethora of injuries. Let me tell you something. Third base for the Boston Red Sox. Dude, what did I say at the beginning of the year, this year, about the Red Sox in run prevention? I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No,
but
it's okay.
The Red Sox in
Yeah,
run
you were
prevention.
high about it.
Yeah, I was high.
Yeah,
You're
you
right.
were.
Yeah,
You were.
I should get drug tested.
Sandoval was he was in awesome shape. When I saw the picture, I go, who's that?
Yeah.
He was half the man he was last year.
Well, did I see this properly? I want to say this. I don't know if it's right or not, but the Red Sox at third base this year have more errors than like 10 other teams combined.
I believe
they have like
it.
20-something errors at third base.
I
And
believe
watch
it.
guys-
There's talk about them going for Todd Frazier
Yeah, well, I mean,
and Quintana in the same deal.
see, I don't know where you're reading this.
Oh, I read it on MLB Rumors, which is pretty good. But here's the thing. I don't think you have what it takes to get those 2 players.
I don't think so either.
You know, really, you have what it takes, but you're not going to give up what they're going to want. You'd be bye Mookie.
They're in trouble. Well, they're never going to trade Mookie
Well,
back,
that's my
but
point.
They're in a conundrum because Pablo Sandoval, they still they got to try. They got to see what he can do.
That's
they
right.
got to put him out there. And they have their third baseman of the future down in the minors. This Rafael Devers kid who's just tearing it up down there.
And
But they can't bring him up. He's too young.
He'd be the kid to go in one of those trades.
Right, exactly, because he's one of their top-rated prospects right now. So, yeah, if Dombrowski goes out and gets like a Todd Frazier, who I don't know his contract status is, and that's not going to look good, But this team, they're looking at it, and it's like, is it a win-now team? It's not a rebuilding team.
Nope.
So it's definitely a win-now team, but they're not winning.
And you got another problem too, is that you're butting up against the salary cap.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something that's a big deal that they dumped Buckholz over.
I know.
That happened to work out because
Right.
he got hurt. Unfortunately, we don't ever really want that.
No, they don't have a lot of wiggle room as far as that goes.
But so they're going to. Frazier's got to be making 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Now Quintana's not making a heck of a lot, but it's going to cost them players.
Yeah, we were talking about this Moustakas too, but I think he's in a contract year.
But let's put all that aside. We shouldn't even be talking about any of that. I thought that stopped. It did. We shouldn't even be talking about any of that because this team was built to play and win the way it's designed right now. The players that are in the dugout.
That's right.
This team was designed to win with these players. So you've got a center fielder, you got a third base, you got let's just say in relation to power, your Hanley's only thing giving you anything.
Right. You talk about a team that wants to contend has to have power corner infielders. Has to, right? And even probably power corner outfielders.
At least 2 or 3 guys. You got one.
Right. You might be able to get away with if you maybe you want to concentrate on defense at one of those positions. That's fine. That's all fine and dandy. And I don't
But
mind.
you have to be able to hit in other spots.
Yeah, exactly. So they brought this Devin Marrero kid up, who's a slick fielding third baseman, right? Because somebody has to catch the ball at third base, and so he's doing a good job. But you're putting another bat in the lineup where it's a black hole. So now you got your catcher, you got your third baseman, you got your first baseman who's not
Center
hitting,
fielder.
your center fielder's not hitting.
And your left
now all of a sudden
fielder
your
is
left fielder's not hitting, and
You got
your
nothing.
DH isn't hitting, and now you're relying on these other guys that have no protection at all.
It is
So nobody's getting a strike.
The stars are lining up for the return.
I'm telling you, man, it's ridiculous.
But you know what? If you don't pitch, it won't make any difference. But you have
Well, it
you have
doesn't
pitching,
matter
but
if you pitch or not.
Well, yeah, but if they didn't have any pitching, they'd be in free fall.
Oh yeah, well
Okay,
every
so
game
what-
would be a blowout.
What I'm saying is right now is their pitching's keeping them as close as they are.
Yep.
And the end of the bullpen's doing the job.
Yeah, but that's going to be another problem. So we talk about this pitching depth and stuff, and now all of a sudden the Red Sox are starting to have to go to the well a little bit too often with the bullpen, and already you can see it starting to suffer.
Yep.
I think the weirdest thing about this whole season, what was my number one concern this year, starting out the season, besides the offense?
The Kimbrel,
That guy is
lights out.
unhittable right now.
Lights out. I don't know what the deal is.
He started
Figured it out.
throwing strikes, and you know what I think it is? I think it's the old second year in Boston thing. He's starting to figure it out. But anyways, it's one of these deals. Does it matter if you're not going to win the game?
Yeah.
What does it matter if you're closer? But it is if the Red Sox start competing. John Farrell has started using him in the 8th inning and started getting multiple innings out of him. Remember last year, if you brought him in a non-safe situation, he couldn't. He was just pooped his pants.
Yep.
All of a sudden now he's getting the job done. He can probably come in the 1st inning and get the job done. So that's a promising sign. So you got front end of the starting rotation, back end of the bullpen, stellar, about as good as it is in baseball. Everything in between is mediocre at best. That's basically where the Red Sox are right now. Just explain it in a nutshell.
And
where they go from here, I mean,
I think
they're on the road.
I think where you go from here is you hold on right now. You hold on, get some pitching back, and get the hitting to come around.
Yeah,
That's it.
and everybody's like, well, when the weather warms up, they're going to hit. I mean, come on, really?
Okay, well, it's not even the end of May. We always talk about that.
I
I
know.
really think the Red Sox don't do anything until it's into June. If it's like this in June, I think you see them make a move.
You know what? You know
And
what
you
the
don't
move
even
is?
know what the move would be. It would
know.
have to be offense.
I know what the move is.
It can't be David Ortiz.
No.
Who?
You fire the coach.
Oh.
I think I think he's on the hot seat right now.
You know what? I've got no use for John Farrell, but this isn't John Farrell's fault.
I agree. I agree. But sometimes you got to make a move for the sake of making a move.
I got no problem with
Right?
that. I got no problem with
what
that.
was it? A couple years ago in basketball, Cleveland was like
Yeah.
20 games over 500, and they fired the coach.
They waxed that guy, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it happens.
That's a LeBron crap.
Yeah, I know. But all right, so that's my Red Sox rant right now. I'm very very blah about this team, and I feel like today they're not playing, and it's like a good thing. So I don't have to watch them. So now they're going out to St. Louis. St. Louis is playing better, so they got to go out there. Then you got to go to Oakland. You know, maybe this is a good thing. Get away from Fenway Park.
right.
Sometimes that helps because you know this getting beat 2 out of 3 by Tampa Bay, and they're just so listless. It's crazy. I wish somebody would just get in there, smack them around.
Yeah, Ortiz wouldn't let that crap happen.
Exactly.
There'd be fights in the dugout or something.
Exactly. All right, so let's move over to the Stinkies and see what they've
do it.
been up to lately. Still just knocking the ever-living cover off the ball. It's disgusting to watch. Unfortunately, Yes Network works again. So now,
Yeah, thank God.
so now I can flip by it and see the games are on. That's great. You know,
You
even
see some Yankee rounding the bases.
even last night, dude, I didn't see much of it, but I was getting some updates on my phone. It was like, you know, Masahiro Tanaka ruins Jeter night, giving up 8 runs in the first inning or something. I'm like,
6.
yes. Oh, well, he gave up 8 runs in an inning and 2/3,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, thank God, finally. And I wake up this
But you
morning,
knew
it
the
was
game
like
wasn't over.
10-7. They had to
Yankees
freaking hang on.
Yankees wouldn't let up.
They're just relentless on offense. You know, as you say, the Red Sox got to hang on. And this is what I say, and Francesa said it, is like, you know, can they maintain this level of offense? It's going to come down to whether or not guys are going to start slumping, and whether or not they can get contributions from other guys to help fill in the gaps, which is basically what the Red Sox aren't doing.
Right.
And how many more cycles of steroids Aaron Judge can possibly fit into his body?
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
You've sold his soul to the devil.
Whatever
I swear to God.
it takes. You know, the Yankees are 4th in average, 3rd in runs, 6th in home runs, and 7th in team ERA.
There we
But
go.
now the Yankees have taken
Surprised that's it.
2 body shots.
A big one.
Chapman goes
That's a big
for
one.
30 days, but
At least.
X-ray shows just inflammation, zero tear.
Of his-
so there's no
of his rotator
no
cuff.
physical problem. And he's had this before. So I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at it like, okay, 30 days, you know, a month and a half, and he comes back, and it's like we always say,
Picking up a
It's
reliever.
like picking up a reliever. You
And
know?
not to mention, you also have a viable substitute to step in
Right, so
for him.
Betances steps in. Now, of course, this shortens the bullpen. But you know what? Here's how I look at it. If you want to win something, you run into these things and you make it work. So now a couple other guys are going to have to just pick up the pace.
Yep.
So I'm looking for the bullpen to probably won't be as stellar, but still get the job done. But you know, Tanaka, the way Tanaka got hit yesterday,
That's a little.
it was disturbing because he's pitched
Well, for
well
you.
coming into that, and it was disturbing because I mean he just got lit up like it was batting practice.
Yeah.
And I have real trouble with just okay, these things happen. He's a seasoned pitcher now.
Is it a
And
question?
it really bothered me to wonder if there's something more going on. Like with Chapman, last couple of times he wasn't himself, even though he rears up and still throws 99.
Yeah, but
he wasn't himself.
Location.
And Tanaka's been that way a couple of times. So I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop here, some kind of announcement. You know.
I'm just speculating without even seeing anything. Is that we know that guys that throw split finger fastballs, they get in trouble when they leave the ball up.
Yeah, well,
that's probably what's going on.
you know, I'm just hoping it was one of those games. That's all I got. Now Severino, I got no problem
He wasn't
with.
playing against the Red Sox. That's what it was.
Montgomery's doing fine. CC's run into like a little bit of a wall here for like 4 starts in a row now.
Yeah. He hasn't been looking all
And
that
the
great.
Yankees are in position to where he's not the type of guy you put long in the pen.
Mm-hmm.
So on the last show I said I kind of liked where he was going, but that was before he ran into 3 or 4 bad starts. And I think I think the Yankees are gonna have to start looking at, unless the rest of the rotation just really keeps going the way it's going, there might be a position where he gets released. But I wouldn't say that something like that happens until June.
Yeah, he's got to
middle
get
of June, late June.
He's got to be a lot worse than he is now to get released.
Well, he's pitching to a 5.5 ERA. And here's the thing.
There's worse pitchers.
Yeah, but I can definitely bring kids, Mitchell and guys like that of the pen that can pitch to a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's gonna. The one thing he'll have to do if he keeps pitching like that is at least give me innings.
Yeah.
He can't be gone in the 3rd inning.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a 5 ERA and he's gone at 6 in the 3rd, I can live with that for
Sure.
a while to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But like the Red Sox, a lot of other things have to keep taking place here. Pineda has to keep pitching well.
Mm-hmm.
Severino has to keep doing what he's doing. Tanaka just has to show that that didn't happen type thing. And
Head in the sand.
and Montgomery's doing well for a rookie. And the Yankees have a couple kids I think they're ready to look at in July. But Headley's cooling off.
Finally.
Henry's very much cooling off. Ellsbury slid back to 270. So when the Yankee offense was really primed, every one of these guys was on fire.
Well, Brett Gardner,
Okay.
he can't miss anything right now.
Yeah, Gardner's still hitting. Castro's is unbelievable. And I moved him to the number 4 spot, and he's just been unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Judge went a couple games, and then he had a big home run yesterday.
Big deal.
And he plays great defense. Holiday's been a good pickup. He's been hitting the ball.
270.
So he's doing the job.
Yep.
So I just think that
Sanchez is hitting the ball now.
Sanchez is starting to come around.
Terrible behind the plate.
He's wonderful behind the plate. You can just stop.
Well,
he's fantastic. Nobody runs on him. He's on a cannon for an arm.
I believe I already had 3 errors in the game last night.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Okay, so and the other thing is, so Sanchez comes back and Bird goes out. Okay.
Is he hurt?
Yeah. So what the real problem was, he had a bruise on his shin. So they're figuring he'll be back inside of 30 days.
Wow.
So it's bruise can be a bruise, like kind of like the little hip thing I got going on, just it's there. So because he was tearing up doing well in the minor leagues, and it was that injury that nobody knew about that he had just before spring training ended. Oh. So that kind of like why he started the way he did. So and the Yankees are playing that kid they got. The home Carter at first base, Chris Carter,
yeah.
and he's useless. So I think you could see them play Holiday there. But the whole thing here is just that it was kind of magical because it was like a little fairy dust thing going on with everybody hitting.
Yes.
The secret's going to be is when everybody guys go into slumps.
Which they have to.
So when these things start to happen, the question's going to be, is Judge mature enough? Is Sanchez mature enough offensively? Everything that's going on for them.
Yep.
Castro, Didi's doing well. So the question is, are the Yankees arriving a year ahead of time? Like I told you, I thought it was a 3-year plan. They're in this 2-year plan. And then the question becomes, they get into June, then what if they need something?
Yeah.
Okay? Because the Yankees system is stocked.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the Yankees doing anything for a position player. I mean, where? Because they're not going to. Ellsbury's going to stay. They could trade Gardner, but Gardner's just so valuable sometimes. You know, they could trade Gardner, but if they traded Gardner, it'd be for a piece to put back into the system.
Right.
So I could see the Yankees maybe trading Gardner, trading something in their system, and going out and getting Quintana or something like that. Even though I don't think they want Gardner, they're going to want young kids. But find some pitcher. But that brings me to another point before you say anything.
Okay.
Is I think that the way the Yankees bullpen is constructed and the way teams are going now, you don't have to go out and find a guy that's going to throw 8 innings. I don't have to go out and find Chris Sale. I need 2 or 3 guys that get me to the 7th, that get me to my bullpen. Mm-hmm. So that means, okay, so instead of going out and looking for Chris Sale that's going to empty my back up the truck, I'm going to go out and find maybe number 3, maybe number 4 guy that's going to pitch to a high 3 ERA, get me to the 7th inning, and then let the offense and my bullpen win games.
Okay, but who is that guy?
Oh, they're all over the major leagues. I mean, Porcello was that guy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, are you saying about getting that guy this year?
Well, I'm saying it depends where the Yankees are in late June.
Right, and it depends on a lot of other variables because, we always see every year the trade market is a lot thinner than usual because with the advent of the second wild card, right? So not everybody's
and all the
out of
money
it.
in baseball.
Right, and all the money in baseball too. That's another thing. So, how many teams at the All-Star break are going to be out of it, right? And if they're out of it, they probably don't have good players to give up anyways.
I agree, but my point is that it's easier to find the guys I'm talking about than it is to find a top of the line guy.
Right, but it's easier to find those guys.
I don't want Johnny Cueto, for example. I don't want Johnny Cueto because what's Johnny Cueto going to cost me?
Yeah.
You know,
and he's a rental, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he has an opt-out.
He
Yeah,
has
so
an
you're looking at
opt-out.
maybe guys
Or,
like Samardzija or,
Yeah, who's getting shelled.
Yeah, but he's also making 20-something a year.
Exactly. So my point is you bring up guys that are going to pitch to a 4 ERA. Is a 4 ERA that bad in the American League East?
Right, yeah.
The 4 ERA gets me to the
Porcello.
7th inning. If I score 5 runs a game, you can have a 4 ERA all you want.
Right. Like, I mean, wouldn't you like to have a Rick Porcello on your team right now?
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, that's the kind of guy you're looking for. You're right. The only problem is that almost every team is in that same exact predicament.
Okay, then but not every team might be in that predicament, but not every team has a system.
The
Yankees
resources.
have.
Yep. But
And the money to take on. See that therein still might be the Yankees' strength. Is maybe the Yankees do take on not Cueto, but somebody like him making 20. But if it's somebody they can get and they're going to pay that and they have to give up less, the Yankees won't flinch like a lot of teams would over $20 million.
very true. Very true.
So I think I like where the Yankees are. I think that it depends on how far south Ellsbury and Headley go, and it depends on how mature Judge and Sanchez are. And then Bird comes back, because they'll hit 3, 4, and 5, and only one of them is 25 years old.
That's crazy.
So if that can be the case, then maybe the Castro and Didi and those guys. So. I just want to say I like where the Yankees are. I still think the starting pitching's thin, even though the starting pitching okay.
Yeah.
Because Pineda's gone. There's no way the Yankees are going to sign him. He's on his walk year.
Yeah.
It's the same with Nova. The Yankees weren't going to take the chance. He just reverts.
Yep.
Sabathia's probably gone. That really leaves the Yankees, Severino, and Montgomery. And I don't know about Tanaka. So,
Tanaka's-
so that's where my team is. So if the Yankees make a move, I want to go for a guy that's like a number 3.
In season.
Or a 4.
In season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do what they did with Montgomery. Montgomery came up, and Montgomery's pitching fine.
Yeah,
Go
but-
down and bring up someone else. This Chance Adam kid is just chewing it up.
Yeah, no, but that's you talk about fairy dust. That's ultimate fairy dust. Plucking kids out of the farm system and hoping that they
It's
come up
working.
and
It's
can-
working right now.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it can't. It's not going
To me,
he's not going to pitch
You know
all
what
season.
fairy dust is? Johnny Gomes hitting like 5 walk-off home runs in a year.
Yeah.
That fairy dust to me isn't young kids with talent or veterans with talent. Fairy dust is somebody different gets the winning hit every single night.
Wow.
Or Porcello goes 22-2.
Yeah,
Or
or the Yankees have 22 wins, basically, is what the fairy dust is over there.
that you wish it was fairy.
well,
It's
you-
not really fairy dust.
No, it's immensely frustrating to keep watching over and over again. The team just
You
puts
have
up.
to admit that baseball's more exciting when the Yankees and the Red Sox are good.
Yeah, except the Red Sox aren't good, so that's
Well, I
it's,
won't
it's,
argue
a,
that.
it's bad.
I was right about Jackie Bradley. I'm right about your catching. I was
Yeah.
right about third base. Pedroia's finished. He's 34. Pedroia's a 275 hitter now.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'll take it. He's
Well,
not,
yeah,
he's not having a bad season.
But you can't have 8 275 hitters.
That's true.
That hit 3 home runs.
Well, you got to score more than average 2 runs a game, or
Well, to do that, because their wrist has to go up. For the wrist has to go up, they can't hit 275.
Well, yeah, they got to start learning how to hit. If there's a guy on third base, you can't be distracted by him, and you got to bring him in. And only maybe the guy's flinching to the side of their side view mirror. They can't see. I don't know what. Anyways, it's unbelievable. All right. So anything else in the Yankees? That's not right, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, I think I don't know where the Yankee offense settles out. I know it's not at bottom of the basement. I think it's better than middle of the road offense. It just is going to depend on those few guys and the maturity level.
Yeah.
At the very least, I like what's happening leading up to next year.
Well, of course you do.
And I don't want to give my season away.
All Yankee fans right now are extremely excited because they're getting something they weren't quite expecting. They weren't, this season didn't have high expectations or high hopes. Maybe it was, we can see what a couple of guys here, a couple of guys there we might like to watch this year, but they're not stacked like some of the other teams in the American League, and they're playing a lot better. They're playing better than the Red Sox. They're playing better than Cleveland. They're playing better than Baltimore. I mean, some of these heavy hitter teams.
And Houston took 3 out of 4 games from them, but they took 3 games from them over 4 runs.
Yeah.
So I like that too. They weren't shut out and beat 5-0 every night.
Houston's, I think, pretty much the class of the American League right now. They're a
right
tough
now
team.
they are.
Yeah, they're tough. They got some good pitching. They got some really
And
nasty
they got
young
some
players.
good young players.
Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be a team you're going to want to keep an eye on. And I'd hate to see if they walked into Fenway Park right now, what kind of slaughter that would turn into. All right, let's do a couple of around the leagues. What do you think?
Sure.
I talked about Craig Kimbrell earlier. Do you know what the immaculate inning is?
The immaculate inning.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I hadn't heard of it before. It's happened 73 times in the history of baseball.
Is that where you strike out 4 guys in an inning?
Nope.
Oh.
Good guess.
You get 3 outs with 3 pitches.
Close. You're on the right path.
I don't know.
9 pitches, 3 outs.
Oh.
So
So
strike.
Wow.
Strike out. Strike,
And
strike,
Kimbrel
strike
did
out.
that?
Kimbrel did it. Scherzer did it this like last week too, by the way. But Kimbrel's the third, and this is an interesting one, third Red Sox player ever to do it. I don't even have to give you a hint on one of the other ones.
Pedro.
Yep. And you would never in a bazillion years get the last one.
Babe Ruth.
No. I'll give you a hint. His name has been mentioned so far in this show.
In this show? Not Schilling.
No.
You
See the
Porcello?
smirk on my
David
face.
Price.
No.
Who?
Clay Buchholz.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, you forget Clay Buchholz was like the best pitcher in baseball for a
For
while.
like a year and a half, he
Yeah.
was like good unhittable.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. Okay, also yesterday, Steve Palermo
Yeah,
died.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was one of the head. Was he still umpiring?
No.
Okay, he was sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 67 years old, pretty big hit to baseball. We never got into this Adam Jones thing, did we?
No.
Okay, so Adam Jones at Fenway Park claimed that he was called racial names. This goes back to the Manny Machado issue with the Baltimore. I'll tell you what, dude, Baltimore and Boston are like
They hate each other.
mortal enemies right now. So Manny Machado slides into second, takes
Right.
out Dustin Pedroia's knee, blah, 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 whatever. And then so they try to hit Manny Machado, it doesn't work. Then they try to hit him again. Then Chris Sale throws it behind his, right behind him was great. And they strikes him out on 3 pitches. He's staring him down. It was awesome. No fights, no nothing thrown. But then Adam Jones claims that during the game, he's being called,
The N-word.
a bad word in the center field. And this turns into a whole big debate in Boston because, they're claiming now Boston's always been kind of labeled as a racist city, as a whole. It's hard to stereotype a whole city as something, but, they've been saying that it's been going on. And Sabathia comes out and says, yeah, I've heard it. And David Price says, yeah, I've heard it. And so it turned into a pretty big story. It actually got national, right? Mm-hmm. Because, of course, the liberals love this kind of stuff. Love it. But so it turns out, the reports were never really substantiated. Right. So it was basically Adam Jones's word against everybody else. I don't know how you feel about it, but this is how I feel. If we were in a baseball game and somebody was yelling that, there would be people coming forward and say, I heard that guy say it too. There'd be witnesses because Adam Jones is in center field. You have to be yelling pretty loud for him to hear you. So, but at the same time, I don't know why he would make something like that up. Right? Doesn't seem.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I kind of land on the side of, do I believe something like that could happen? And I'm going to say yes every time.
Of course.
Because they're morons out there.
And drunk and forget
drunk
it, right?
And morons.
Yeah.
But I also land on the side of, now you might not want to say something because you don't want some guy throwing a beer bottle at you, but there'd be enough people around where somebody could say to security, hey.
Or.
And then the security walks over, half a dozen people at that time would go, yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah.
So,
or on the other hand, they'd be talking about it on the radio all day. The next day, you'd call on the radio station and say, "Yeah, I heard. I was in that box. I heard the same thing."
Yeah.
And they had nobody called in and said anything and couldn't corroborate the story. So, Kirk and Callahan in the morning, they got kind of.
They don't believe him.
Yeah, and they got kind of put through the ringer a little bit because they have right wing views anyways. But they're like, show me the proof.
Yeah.
Tell me, everything's on video nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody's videotaping guys getting dragged off airplanes. Why not just whip out your phone real quick and show it to me? So I'm glad it cooled off a little bit because it kind of like left the national spotlight.
Yeah, but they really went to town on Boston.
Oh yeah.
They really went to town on Boston. I mean, you know what? Boston is not the only place morons live. There isn't a ballpark in America that somebody doesn't do something stupid, say something stupid.
Maybe St. Louis.
But I was thinking that when you were saying it. Yeah. I was going to withdraw that.
The nicest people ever.
But of course, something could happen more somewhere.
Yeah.
If I had to pick anywhere, I'd have to pick Yankee Stadium because it's New York and the mixing pot.
Right.
Yep. Or melting pot of
Sure.
human people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess all I can say is that, okay, there was no proof, and he said he heard it. Okay, he heard it, and so. But I think the only thing that really angers me here is that how the press went after Boston.
Yes.
You know, and it's easy to pile on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, something happens at work, and then I just say the next day, I've kind of heard that too, but I'm not going to say who I've heard it from.
Yeah.
So now I'm just piling on because for the sake of piling on.
Right.
So maybe Sabathia's heard it. I can't say he has or he hasn't, or any other athlete. But now, okay, what are we going to do? Should we make a list on, okay, I've heard it here and here, but not here and not here.
Right.
And how many times have I heard it there? And how many times have I heard this word and that word? And it's just like, okay, you know
It's
what?
stupid.
There are morons in the world. It doesn't mean Boston is racist.
Right, exactly, and that's part of the problem is that the media latches on, and you know, we all know how the liberal media, how it operates. You know, whatever it has, as long as it fits their narrative, it doesn't matter if it's the truth or not.
Right.
And I think that's kind of where the guys in the morning were kind of just defending the city of Boston, because you know they're Bostonians. They're trying to say that's not how Boston people as a whole are, because they're being labeled as all one racist.
Yeah, because I want to say the Red Sox, I want to say they were one of the last teams to have a black player. But here's the thing.
Yeah, there was.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
That was then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
You know, that was over here, and just because something happened over, you know, it's like there used to be slavery in this country. That doesn't mean that we're, all, you know, okay. So somebody in my past was a slave owner. It doesn't make me racist or anything like that.
Good.
So I just don't.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I think it was unfortunate.
It's a dicey, it's a tough one because you know you don't want to, you got to be careful which side you fall on, but you know you also want to listen to both points of view and try to be as objective as possible. All right, let's move on to this is a good one, Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
How about the couple
I know
weeks?
you're loving
How about
this.
the couple weeks that Matt Harvey's had?
Oh my God.
So he got suspended from the team. You know, very, very rarely do you ever see a player get suspended. And turns out he missed a game, didn't show up to a game. I mean, that's like the biggest no-no. The only thing could have been worse is if he was pitching that day. So it turns out there's a lot of stuff going on with his ex-girlfriend. I don't know if you heard about this. She's back with Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman.
Oh, God. So he's like, you know, crying in his beer.
And you know what all this proves is just because he makes a lot of money and he pitches in New York doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings. His feelings can't be hurt.
But dude, I'm like, oh man, you know, you're not representing
And we don't
Southeastern Connecticut very well here.
but we don't even know if that's the thing too. Let's not forget
I
that.
know.
It's almost like the racist thing.
Yeah, I know.
We're kind of
I
like
know.
piling on.
Exactly. Oh, they're piling on.
Yeah,
hard,
well, I know you want to pile on.
Well, you know, listen. I almost, to some point, I almost feel bad for him. He's pitching terribly for one thing, right? So he's
pitching to a 5-something ERA.
even as his comeback the other night, he gave up 3 home runs. He's just all over the place. You know, I don't know if it's his injury still bothering him or what it is, but I'll tell you what, he's 28 years old. That $300 million contract
is gone.
That's not coming.
Nope, it's gone.
He's not getting that. I mean, he might make some money, you know, when he comes up a free agency, but he's got to pitch a lot better than he has been pitching, and he's been very.
I mean, he's been pitching so bad the Mets wouldn't consider trading him right now.
Oh no,
because
they get nothing
you
for
get
him.
nothing for him.
I told Paul, and he didn't believe me. I heard that sending him down in the minor leagues is a possibility,
Really?
just to get himself right. Imagine that.
Does he have the right to say no?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably not, because he's in arbitration
Right,
and all
right.
that. The Mets as a whole right now are a complete disaster.
You know, I'm glad you brought this up because I was thinking about when the show is coming up. I thought this a couple days ago. I think I thought it yesterday. Is that the Met starting rotation 2 years ago was just like it's impossible to have.
Dude, they were like
5 aces
Yeah,
almost.
I mean, they were like the 27 Yankees, you know, or whatever.
I mean, it was just disgusting how
Yeah.
good they were.
Yeah.
And or the promise.
Oh, yeah.
Of what was coming, and then injury and injury and injury. And
Isn't it?
It's just crazy.
It's amazing that
You know, and
how.
and Syndergaard turning down, getting the thing, and did that have anything to do with a bigger lat tear?
Yeah.
Matz is Wheeler's
Right.
back, but he's not lighting the world on fire.
No, he's not doing anything.
And DeGrom's doing okay, but
That's about it.
that's about it.
Right.
And so
you see how injury can derail
Oh
a team
my
so
God.
severely. Yeah, and you know Cespedes is out, and now their closer is out for the year.
Familia, yeah.
with a blood clot. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, the poor Mets, poor Mets.
Yeah.
They're going in the wrong direction. All right. Also in that division, Bryce Harper just got a big extension. Did you see that?
but only till
1 year.
but doesn't take any free agent years away.
Okay, so it's avoided arbitration.
218 still, yeah. This is just to avoid arbitration.
And also a big day for Yankee fans yesterday. Derek Jeter's number was retired. Big whoop-de-doo. All right, do you want to talk about that at all?
3,500 hits.
Yeah, you know
Hey,
what? If
Paulie, how
I
much
played
time do we
for
have left?
if I played for 50 years, I'd get 3,000 hits too. We're looking on time there, Chachi.
Chachi.
All right, I'm doing a did you know.
Okay.
If we have more time, we'll go backwards.
Okay.
Give me a team that has had 5 consecutive Rookie of the Year winners.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Very good. I never knew that. Do you know the years?
Oh, I don't know the years. I can name a couple of them.
92.
A little under
96.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, cool. 92 to 96. Give me a player that reached base in a record 84 consecutive games.
Pete Rose.
Nope.
Ricky Henderson.
Nope.
It could be anybody. Who?
Ted Williams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1949. That was a pretty interesting one. Okay, I got a good one here. Give me 4 Red Sox who hit 4 consecutive home runs against the Yankees on April 23rd, 2007.
Okay, so just four players, 4 home runs in a way.
Manny, Ortiz.
Manny's the first one.
Manny,
No,
Ortiz. No?
not Ortiz.
I don't know.
Okay, the significance, it doesn't matter who it
Okay.
was. The significance is I was there.
Really?
I saw that game. I saw 4 home runs in a row. And then one more real quick. There's an unprecedented thing that Manny Ramirez, Derek Jeter, Ichiro, and Pudge Rodriguez did in 2004 All-Star game against Roger Clemens in the first inning.
Got hits.
More specifically,
All singles.
nope,
Doubles.
Nope.
Struck out.
no,
Home runs.
nope.
What?
Hit for the cycle.
Oh.
So, guy got a single.
I'd have
double.
to say all his questions today were very unclear. Would you
Oh,
agree?
I know.
Yeah, that wasn't very unclear at all.
Mostly the whole show with him is very
I
unclear.
have one. Do you have one?
I have one more, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Who won a home run title? This guy won a home run title with a batting average lower than that year's Cy Young winner, who was Steve Carlton at 218. I guess these are kind of unclear.
Dave Kingman.
Very good.
I was going to say that.
Okay, I got one.
All right, go ahead.
This isn't really one, but just to talk about Derek Jeter, who wasn't my favorite player, but you know that. But what is the dive?
His girlfriend is hot too, by the way.
Wait, yeah, she's like 23.
Oh my
What is
God.
the dive?
When he dove into the stands,
And who against what team?
the Red Sox.
And who was sitting on the bench with a jacket on?
The guy that should have
And
been.
Nomar Garcia Parra,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
kind of like set things in motion.
I think he got traded like very soon
yeah,
thereafter.
yeah, very soon after. Okay, I'm done.
And immediately when he catches the ball, they go right to Nomar's face, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
And Nomar was doing. Remember, he was like this. He's looking at. Oh, did something happen? Oh, wait a minute, I'm cold.
All right, now we're in an exciting new segment by the numbers.
All right.
it's not new.
Okay, what
It's
do I
not
have to guess?
Okay, who has the most singles in a season?
Pete Rose. Ty Cobb.
Ichiro.
Yep.
Who? Ichiro?
Ichiro.
Yep. 2004, he had 225.
Holy mackerel.
Just to give you like a
Perspective.
Boggs had 187 in 1985. He was 17th for a season though. What about most singles in a career?
Pete Rose.
Nice. How many do you think it is?
I'm going to say 2,817.
I'll say 3010.
Jeff's better. 32-15.
Wow, that's a lot. Holy
Pete Rose
shit.
played 24 seasons. Just to put that in perspective, how many singles do you think Wayne Boggs had in his career? Wade Boggs. I say Wayne. Wade.
Wayne Boggs? Wade Boggs, I bet you had, he had over 3,000 hits.
I'm gonna say 2900.
Yeah, I'll say, no, I'm going to say less. I'm going to say like 2,200.
22-53.
Yeah, he had
19th.
doubles.
He
He
played
hit all
18
doubles.
years.
Hit the
What
ball.
about who got caught stealing the most in one season?
Wow. Ricky Henderson.
Yep.
Nice.
1982, he had got 42.
He's probably had the most.
Put that in perspective. Bobby Bonds in 1979, he's 83rd on the list with 33.
33 caught stealing.
Caught
Yeah.
stealing.
Man,
Now, who got
that's a
caught
lot.
stealing the most in a career?
Ty Cobb.
Lou Brock.
Vince Coleman.
Ricky Henderson.
I thought that was
gonna
too.
say
I thought that was too
I know.
obvious.
That was too
that's-
easy.
That's the genius of me. He hit 335 for his career. He played for 25 years. To put that in perspective, Rod Carew he was 9th. How many do you think he had? This is a big difference.
For what?
For his career, caught stealing.
Caught stealing.
97.
Yeah, not a lot. I'm gonna say 80.
187.
187.
But still, I mean, to be 9th, then to be, number one is 335, almost double that.
Double.
I'd like to see who has the greatest
Well,
caught stolen.
this isn't your segment.
Yeah.
No. Who has the most stolen bases with the least amount of caught stolen?
Oh.
That's got to be. Let's get
Who's
one
made the
stolen
most
base.
outs in a season?
Did you say who just made the most outs?
Yeah, most out. It's just this thing. It's called outs made. I don't even know what it means.
Dave Kingman.
Rob Deere.
Omar Moreno,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was-
He was
1980,
Pittsburgh.
560.
wow. That's. Did he ever get on base?
Just to put that in
He's a
perspective,
leadoff man.
number 10th for a season was Larry Bowa at 531.
Wow.
All right, now outs made career.
Ooh. Oh, outs made a career. Pete Rose.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that's like a compiling stat.
Now, just how many do you think it was?
Oh.
Outs made a career.
10,000.
1,200.
10,328.
Oh wow. Holy crap.
That's a lot of outs, man.
Oh my God.
Brooks Robinson is 10th at 8340.
Jeez.
And that's that concludes
all
it.
she wrote? All right. Very good.
So how much time do we have now? Because I'm really hungry.
We can cut it short. All right. Jeff's really hungry. Jeff's got a.
So do you make it in like a real wok? Because we have a wok.
No, we have a pan, but it's got big sides on it. So
Okay.
it's
So it's called you know what that's called?
It's not a Dutch oven.
Yes, it's called a Dutch oven.
It's a variation of a Dutch oven, but yeah, it's delicious and nutritious, and it's gonna be. I eat with chopsticks, which makes you eat slower. I don't know if
Do you
know
ever
that.
make it spicy?
No, not usually. No.
I've been using my. Did I tell you I got charcoal?
Yes. Yep.
I've been using it, cooked steak on it. Oh man, I miss this
Good
fire.
deal?
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
I was
And
just
I've
giving
been
a
putting-
smoker. I'm gonna try.
Oh really? I'm putting a tin foil. I'm putting tin foil at the bottom, so I just pull it right out.
There you go.
And the pan's not even getting dirty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or the grill.
Oh, that's not bad.
So $29.99.
What kind of frozen pizza is this tonight? I'm infatuated with your frozen pizza.
It's cheese with tomatoes and like garlic.
That's a typical.
I think it's
pizza.
Paul.
What
Newman.
up?
I think it's Paul Newman.
Okay.
Ooh. All his
organic.
proceeds go to charity.
Might be organic.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got anything else?
I'm hungry.
All right.
No,
Jeff-
I
You're
think
going to
we
say
have-
goodbye. We're just going to
I
sit
think
here
we
for
still
5
have more
minutes.
than 2 minutes though. We haven't been given the 2 minute by Frank. So
I don't know. We just want to sit
you
here.
just want to call it a day.
Yeah, go shut it off, Paul.
Shut her down, Frank. Shut her down.
Jeff's hungry. Yeah, he's ready. All right, we're Stocks and Stripes.
We're outta here.
We're out of here. Jeff's hungry.
There it goes. We're good.